At least 70 feared dead in Kentucky as tornadoes rip through swaths of US. We will rebuild. We are strong, resilient people, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear told a news conference. More than 70 people are feared dead after a catastrophic series of tornadoes ripped through Kentucky and other states late Friday and early Saturday. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear said it is devastating. Beshear told the news conference early Saturday, adding that he declared a state of emergency and activated 181 guardsmen from the National Guard, a number that is expected to go up as requests for help continue to come in. We believe our death toll from this event is north of 70 Kentuckians and may end up exceeding 100 before the day is done, he said. We will make it through this, he added. We will rebuild. We are strong. We're resilient people. Beshear said he expects this tornado to be the deadliest one to ever hit Kentucky. Beshear said 4 tornadoes, one of which stayed on the ground for more than 200 miles after touching down, had swept through the state. Almost 60,000 Kentuckians had been left without power. The city of Mayfield had been devastated, adding that a roof collapse at the candle factory had resulted in a mass of casualties. Mayfield Assistant Fire Chief Jeremy Creason said that the bulk of their resources are going towards dealing with the facility's devastation. At the same time, Creason is looking for a temporary home for their main fire station since it was destroyed by the tornado, leaving it fully inoperable, he said. Beshear later tweeted a letter he sent to President Joe Biden asking for an immediate federal emergency declaration. Such declaration is expected to become official early afternoon. Elsewhere, 1 person was dead and 5 were seriously injured when an apparent tornado struck the Monette Manor nursing home in Monette. A Kansas Craighead County Judge Marvin Day said he initially said 2 people had died. In a news conference, Kentucky Emergency Management Director Michael Dossett said the storm represented a significant massive disaster event. All resources are being brought to bear, adding that it will be daybreak before we even realize the full magnitude of this event. Trucks from the Federal Emergency Management Agency are on their way to Kentucky with search and rescue teams who will be assisting local authorities as well as temporary power systems, Dossett said late Saturday morning. Republican Sens Mitch McConnell and Rand Paul of Kentucky issued statements following the devastating event. As I continue to get reports from my staff, local and state officials will work with the entire Kentucky Federal Declaration to support Governor Andy Beshear's request for federal assistance in order to aid these hard-hit communities with the funding and resources they need to rebuild, said Our hearts are broken for those suffering from last night's terrible storms, Paul said. Tornado warnings issued Friday also covered parts of Arkansas, Illinois, Missouri, and Tennessee. Nearly 180,000 utility customers in those 5 states were without power early Saturday. On Saturday morning, Biden said he had been briefed on the devastating tornadoes across the central U.S. We are working on the governors to ensure they have what they need as they search for the survivors and damaged assets, continued Biden. To lose a loved one in a storm like this is an unimaginable tragedy. Mayfield Police Chief Nathan King also said that their police station was destroyed by the tornado, compromising their vehicle fleets and communications technology, but that's not stopping them from responding to the emergency, he said. Mayfield police will begin 12-hour shifts to help with the response, particularly enforcing a new curfew urging residents in the Kentucky town to remain indoors after 7 p.m. First responders will be the only ones allowed in the streets overnight, King said. In Edwardsville, Illinois, outside St. Louis, there were multiple injuries and at least 2 deaths after a 100-foot portion of a wall partially collapsed at an Amazon facility. Officials with the Illinois Emergency Management Agency and Edwardsville Fire Department said it's nuclear it's unclear how many were inside the facility when it collapsed, but authorities estimate there were about 50 people in there at the time of the tornado. Edwardsville Police Chief Michael Philback said in a news conference late Saturday morning. It is going to be a long process to determine exactly what happened, authorities said. Calling it a devastating tragedy, Amazon spokesman Richard Rocha said the company offered its thoughts, prayers, and deepest sympathies are with the victims, their loved ones, and everyone impacted. Our focus is on supporting our employees and partners. As a result of the severe weather, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker activated the state's emergency operations overnight. With all that said, all the catastrophe that is going on in the US, especially that is to say Kentucky, let us pray for all the people that are going through a hard time right now. Let us hope everything will be fine with them and may God help them overcome this disaster without losing more lives, and let there be peace and calm without losing more lives anymore. So our prayers are with Kentucky. I hope everything turns well and we hope everything settles.